Thank you for joining us again here tonight. Again, we have Nathan as our student model. So we're going to work on, I've had a couple of requests to work on frozen shoulder. The technical word for frozen shoulder is adhesive capsulitis. Basically, it's an inflammation of the shoulders. And it can be very painful if you've ever had it. You know that it's very painful because the shoulder joints are highly inflamed. So the really key is not pushing it beyond pain. Number one, you want to be able to have a practice that you come back to regularly. So you want to be able to enjoy it. So you're not putting yourself under a lot of pain when you're practicing this. And then at the same time, you don't want to over-inflame the already inflamed joints. So if whatever your range of motion is, be really mindful that you're not going beyond it. So if you see Nathan raising his arm all the way up there, feel free. If this is all you can do, this is perfectly fine. And same thing with the lateral raise. So if you want to just keep it right under the shoulder length as you're lifting the arm out to the side, this is perfectly fine. Do not feel obligated to lift the arm all the way. Remember that the shoulder structure is very complex, so you don't want to go to the point of pain, but you do want to be able to break up the adhesions that are formed, whether it's a result of an injury or overuse. So we're going to start on our back. So go ahead and lie down on your back, Nathan. And as you know, I always like to start very gentle. So initially as you start, just lie down on your back, have your feet flat on the floor, knees are bent. And yes, that was beautiful adjustment. Lift the head up just to make sure that the back of the neck is long. Allow the palms to be open. As you let the palms be open towards the sky, your chest already opens up. So notice, actually, let's try that. Turn the palms down and notice how the shoulders move forward. Yeah. So now turn the palms up. You're externally rotating the shoulders, and that right there is a nice opening. So gently come into the present moment. Feel your body in this moment. Just feel whatever is going on inside. Remember that there's no judgment. There's no good shoulder, bad shoulder, good knee, bad knee. It's just shoulders. It's just your body. So if you have some pain, just acknowledge it and allow it to be there. And then also begin to observe the spacious areas. Right? So the squeaky body parts always get all the attention. Can you take your awareness to the parts that are open and free and feel good, spaciousness? Feel both. And then take your awareness to your breath. Notice your breath. Notice your inhalations and your exhalations. And then see if you can put a count to your breath. So maybe your natural rhythm is you can breath for 4 counts. You can inhale for 4 counts. And then see if you can establish the same length for the exhalation. So exhale for 4 counts. And as you do this, just begin to notice your body just beginning to soften. And this softening is allowing you to ground down so that you become your own teacher, right? So the point is that I am just guiding you through different poses. I want you to have the ability to choose what's good for you at this moment. Very nice. And then gently begin to draw your knees to your chest. Maybe rock a little side to side. And roll over to one side. And then go ahead and come up to a comfortable seat. And then once you're in a comfortable seat, then I'd like you to go ahead and go to a tabletop pose. So bring in your hands underneath the shoulders and your knees underneath the hips. This is the tabletop pose. Now I want you to keep your elbows straight. So no hyperflexion of the elbows, just keep them kind of straight, but make sure that the wrist is directly underneath the shoulder. So you need to move your wrist back a little bit. Very nice. And then see where my hand is on Nathan's back, so right in between the shoulder blades. I want you to kind of let that space melt. Yes, just like that. And then inhale, push into the hand. That's it. Beautiful. And do this a few more times. So let the space in between the shoulder blades melt, and then round your upper back. That's it. It's almost like you're doing a push-up. Yep. So keep the movement just to the thoracic spine right there. It's almost like you're doing a push-up, but just with the elbows straight. So the shoulders move back as you're inhaling, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then exhale. Allow the arms to get a little bit longer, and you round the upper back. Good. So you're creating more mobility in the shoulders this way. Very nice. And then pause here for a moment. Let the back be completely neutral. Your spine is neutral. And I'd like you to keep your gaze to your right fingertips. With your inhalation, begin to lift your left arm out to the side. That's it. And then as you exhale, thread that arm underneath your body and bring your left shoulder to the ground. And do this 2 more times. Your inhalation is going to bring the arm out to the side. Reach out, keep your gaze down. And exhale, thread the arm underneath the body and bring the shoulder down. Good. 1 more time, please, on your own breath. Inhaling, the arm comes out, and exhaling, taking that arm all the way down. And then you can stay here, bringing your left ear, left cheek down to the earth. And just pause here for a moment. You may feel a nice stretch across the upper back. See that there is equal weight on the knees, so you're not leaning on one side. Most of us tend to lean on the left, so make sure that there's equilibrium between on the knees. The weight is equally distributed. Take 1 more deep breath in. Feel an expansion in the upper back. Exhale, and then with your next inhalation, come back to the center. Pause here for a moment, and then as you're ready, take your right arm out to the side. Keep your gaze to your left fingertips. Right arm goes out to the side, so you may need to adjust. Find the space for yourself, and then exhale, taking that right arm underneath the body, and yes, and 2 more times with your own breath. Inhaling, the right arm comes out, and exhaling. That's it. Remember, just stay within the range of motion that is most comfortable for you. And 1 more time. Inhaling, taking the arm out to the side, and exhaling, thread that arm underneath. And then just pause here. Let that right cheek, right ear melt down towards the floor. Again, check in to make sure that there is equal weight distribution on the knees. So if you're leaning over to one side, all we're doing is we're doing a twist on the thoracic spine, on the upper back. So there's no need to go really deep into this twist, especially on the lumbar spine. Take a nice deep inhalation, and then coming back to the center. Very nice. And then go ahead and take your hips back to your heels, so you come into a variation of child's pose, and see if you can bring the elbows down towards the floor. Good. And this might be all, for some of us, this is all we can do, and that's perfectly fine. If you can let the forehead come all the way down to the floor, see how that feels. Good. And maybe that's where we can go today, and let that just be, but really let the shoulders soften. If you can go a little bit farther, maybe you can begin to walk your fingertips forward. Good. And then let the elbows rest on the floor. And this is the next phase. And this is again where you want to stay, and that's perfectly fine. If you have a little bit more mobility in your shoulders, maybe bring the elbows in towards your ears a little bit closer, and then bend the elbows back and bring the elbows back in towards the ears, just like that, and then just bend the elbows so your hands can come back towards your shoulders. Yes, just like that. Good. So there are 4 different phases. Choose where you want to go. This is Nathan's pretty open in his shoulders, so this is pretty comfortable for him. But if this it creates any pain whatsoever, go back to the previous pose. Take one more deep inhalation and exhale, and then slowly begin to release. Very nice. And then just come on up, sit up on your heels. Good. For the next series of the movements, we're gonna find a wall. So find a wall that you have that you can be able to stand up against, that there's no furniture or anything to worry about. So go ahead and stand up, please. And I'm gonna fix the camera here so we can see Nathan in his full glory. All right. So I'd like you to start with your right hand pressing against the wall. Good. And then bring your body close to you so that your hand is close to the wall, so that your hand is the exact same height as the shoulder. So make sure the hand or the wrist is not going above the shoulder. And then spread your fingers nice and wide. Good. Now keep the elbow straight, but if you look at your elbow, without moving your hand, can you turn the eye of the elbow up towards the sky? Yes, just like that. So notice how you can do that. So you can not move the hand, just turn the elbow up towards the sky. That's it. Good. Now turn the elbow up. Good. Now pause here for a moment, but I really want you to press onto the wall. So push onto the wall. Good. Now you can begin to walk away from the wall and keep pressing onto the wall. So these isometric movement where you're actually contracting the muscle without changing the shape of it, without moving it anyway, are super good for your shoulders. So really press onto that wall, energize that entire right arm, and push into the wall as if you let go, the wall is gonna fall. So make sure you don't let the wall fall. Good. And then walk your feet back in. Nice, so that your body is vertical again. Now begin to, as you're pressing onto that wall, turn your body towards the front wall. Yes. Now soften that shoulder. Remember, just go as far as your range of motion allows. So maybe you can turn your entire body over. That's perfectly fine. And then continue turning your body all the way around so that now you're facing the wall. Or maybe you can keep walking so that you can even kiss your bicep. See if that's possible. Good. But really soften the shoulders. Let the shoulders fall as you're pushing into the wall. Remember, if you let go of the wall, it's gonna fall. Take a nice deep inhalation, and then do this 2 more times. So turn away all the way around. Keep that shoulder soft the entire time you're pressing onto the wall. Good. And then turn it all the way around the other way. Does this feel good? No? Good. One more time. Now, one of these are gonna be you feel the most stretch. So sometimes we feel the most stretch this way. Sometimes we feel the most stretch this way. See which one it is for you and stay there. So it's different for everyone. There's no right or wrong. Wherever you feel the most stretch, just pause there. Good. Very nice. And keep pressing onto that wall. Turn the eye of the elbow up. Yes, there you go. Take a nice deep inhalation. Exhale. Release. Good. Now the wall is stuck up there, so it's not going to fall. Okay, so let's do the other side. So left hand goes up on the wall, press onto the wall. First, your body is facing the opposite wall. Yes, just like that. And you're standing vertical, straight up and down towards the sky. Good. Now really spread the fingers apart from each other and press onto that wall. Remember, your life depends on it. So really push the wall away. Good. And then begin to walk your feet away from the wall and keep pressing onto that wall. But can you turn the eye of the elbow up without moving your hand? Very nice. Soften that shoulder, push the wall away, make that arm so energized and strong. Take a nice deep inhalation and exhale. And then walk your feet back towards the wall, and then we're going to do that turning side to side. So start with opening the body to the front first. Let that shoulders, and then notice that each side is different. So maybe this side is a little bit tighter. That's okay. Be fine. Be at peace with it. And then turn your body all the way around to the other side. Good. Nice. And 2 more times of this, please. Remember, the eye of the elbow is facing up towards the sky, the shoulder is away from the ear. And notice which side you feel a bigger stretch. You can pause there. Nice. And let that shoulder soften. Good. Keep breathing into whatever you're feeling. And exhale, release. Good. Shake that arm out. Very nice. Good. Nice. Now for the next one, I'm going to move the camera so you can see us. But what I want you to do is bring your elbows against the wall. Your forearms are going to be against the wall. Fingers are spread wide. So you're going to be like this. The elbows are shoulder width apart from each other, as if you're in a plank pose on your elbows. And the hands are pressing against the wall. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure that the elbows are not higher than the shoulders. So keep the elbows right in the length of the shoulders. Good. Press against the wall. Good. Now slowly begin to walk your feet away from the wall. Good. I'm going to take the camera so you can see Nathan from the side. That's it. And then notice how the elbows want to go out to the side. Can you bring the elbows? Yes, bring the elbows in so they stay in line with the shoulders. Now really press into that wall. Good. And then walk your feet a little bit further out. Nice. Let the chest kind of melt down. Do you feel the stretch? Mm-hmm. Good. Really pressing onto that wall is very important for this pose. So make sure that you don't lose that connection. The forearm is planted onto that wall. Take a nice deep inhalation, nice long exhalation. Stay here. And then I'm going to instruct Nathan to, as soon as he comes up, he's going to take 3 deep breaths, raising the arm straight up to the sky. I'll demonstrate it here so that you can see me. Okay. 3 times, but hold on there. So you're going to as soon as you leave the wall, you're going to inhale, raise the arm up, exhale, lower. And you do that 3 times. Inhaling, raise the arm up, exhale, lower. Remember, stay with your own range of motion. Okay, so if this is all you can do, that's perfectly fine. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Inhale, exhale. And then 3 times. Inhaling up. Good. Exhaling, lower. 2 more times. Inhaling up. Beautiful. Exhaling, lower. Inhaling up. And exhaling. Very nice. How does that feel?
Good.
Good. Excellent. All right. So that was our shoulder exercise. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure that you take care of yourself. Love your shoulders exactly the way they are. And eventually, if you practice this on regular basis, you will see a difference. So don't push beyond pain. Stay within your range of motion. And thank you so much for joining us. Namaste.
Thank you.